They've read a book and want to talk about it. It's the Izzie and Coco Book Review Show.
Hello and welcome to Izzie and Coco's Book Review Show.
I am Coco.
Yes, you are. And I'm Izzie.
Today we will be reviewing Wing Girl by Nick Tatano.
Wing Girl is by a publisher called Harper Impulse. I don't know how I came across this book, but I thought it was a cute premise, Wing Girl, instead of the usual wingman. It's the Wing Girl, so I was like, oh, it should be interesting, different. So it's this sassy reporter that doesn't do very well with guys. Like, guys approach her because she's very pretty, but she can't close the deal. Usually her friends end up with the guys because the guys just like end up running away. So it's how her friends will help her transform into
the perfect woman that will attract any guy she wants, and then she can have the pick of the litter. That's what this book is about.
Yes, pretty much so. Who gets to go first about yay or nay?
Alright, I'll go first.
No, I'll go first.
Okay, you go.
Okay. So, I am pretty tolerant about romantic comedies. I give them a lot of leeway, and I'm the one that screens most of our books because I'm more tolerant. So I'll read the usual crappy lot, and then we pick the ones that we really liked, or once in a while one that we really hated, because usually I like to do positive reviews. But this book, oh my god, did not like it at all. It's a big ass nay.
Holy moly. Well, let me second that. I give it a nay. My nay is so bad. I didn't finish this book. I wanted to do the homework so that I could come and complain about it, that I read it all the way to the last page, but I couldn't. Halfway through I was like, I hate this main character. I hate the writing. I hate the plot. This is the disaster. I can't finish this book. It's not the worst book I've ever read, but it is up there.
I don't know, it offended me on so many levels. For me, it is one of the worst books, and I would give it a solid 1 star on Goodreads. Zero.
I give it 0.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. It had so many problems. So, one that I wish it hadn't been noticeable. Like, the kind of books that we review are usually girly books, girly geek, like romances, urban paranormal, usually like a kick-ass heroine, and it ends up being that most of them are women authors. But that doesn't stop us. It's necessarily true that a guy can't write a really good romance.
This is a guy author?
Yes, Nick Tatano is a guy.
Wonder!
Yes,
I was hoping you didn't know the anti-feminist book. Yes. What is wrong with this woman? I was imagining like a cat lady in her house, secluded, that wouldn't go out. She's like, I don't know how the world works. I don't believe in feminism. I want women just to like stay at home and like change the. Oh my god!
I am so glad you didn't know it was a guy, because I wanted to see your perspective.
Oh,
I thought I was being biased. I'm like, no, it's just.
Oh my god. Nick, stay away from chick lit. So, alright, let's start. I started writing the list of reasons why this book is such a disaster.
Yes.
Let's start with the beginning.
Okay.
This is supposed to be like this strong female character. She's a reporter. She's a kick-ass reporter.
Takes no shit
and she
from
takes
anybody
down bad guys, bad politicians, and she will stand up for what's right, and she's like a ball buster, and like she's the guy's guy, right?
Yes. Guys, girl.
Right. So she has a successful career, and the book starts that she's unhappy because she's single.
Yeah.
And so the whole premises of the book is that she has to change everything about herself so that she can attract the male species and find the love of her life. Meaning, yeah, don't be yourself and find someone that actually loves you for who you are, but change yourself so that any idiot down the street will want to date you.
Yeah. And mind you, if she were a horrible person, I would understand the change. But the author didn't give you enough of a reason for her to really need to change. Like, whoa, she would ask him questions about, like, things that you ask when you're dating, that you're thinking about dating.
Or a guy
somebody.
comes up to her, do you need a drink? She's like, I have a drink. And like, that was enough to send the guys running in the other direction. How rude, this lady, unapproachable, completely unapproachable. And how dare she wear frumpy sweaters, pants, and flat shoes.
Yeah,
that was like the biggest no-no. Like all her friends, all her, oh my god, this book is so bad. She has 3 best friends, and they're all hot women.
Yes.
Super successful. So one is like a successful lawyer, but she wears really short skirts.
She's super sexy. Yeah.
The other is a successful hairdresser, and what's the other one? She's a rich girl, but I don't think they give her a profession.
No.
Anyway,
but
it's interesting. Wait.
Yes, interesting you say that, because this guy I noticed is very blatant with the good successful people and good at their job
are models.
Yes, they're incredibly handsome, and the people
who are bad people, they're fat and ugly.
Yes. You didn't even finish the book. He has so many references about overweight fat people that he has a fat, I don't know if this is a term, a fatism, but he hates fat people.
Oh my god. So just the first bad character that he introduces is the HR lady.
Okay.
So she's fat and she's bad because she's protecting this woman from being sexually harassed at the office, or by being called with a sexist term cupcake, and then the lady's like, no, I'll sign a paper that says it's okay for them to call me cupcake. Like, what are you doing?
So funny, because I'm like, oh, okay, so this HR character, he calls her the troll, and he thought this was a super clever name that they called her the Inhuman Resources Lady, because she did her job. She actually did her job.
Yeah, she protected people.
I thought I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll wait along, maybe down the storyline. This woman is horrible and is out to get everybody. No, that was it. It was it that she interjected when somebody was calling her a sexist term. Anybody hears that would be like, whoa, 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 what's going on? So she is the worst human being in the world for not being cool and going along with the boys' club.
And being overweight and not being good looking.
Yes.
It was the worst because I would wish that person was in my HR office when I worked in the corporate world. There are all these sexist guys saying all these sexist things at women, and if you went to HR, you would be the one that got fired. I wish the HR troll worked at my office.
Yes.
This guy
she
is
would be the
oblivious.
HR queen. Are you kidding me? No.
So first of all, I was on the side of the HR troll. Really good.
But this book was, even I noticed him, and I won't notice him. It was full of horrible cliches, and I don't usually want to pick it up. I'm like, you know what? I like the formula. There's some really good formulas that work. This guy used, and he used the cliches from all the bad romantic comedy movies. And this felt like he was writing, hoping like this would be picked up for a movie. You could see. You could just know.
Yeah, with the 3 friends, and he does the whole, he keeps going back to the scene where they have a whiteboard and they're teaching her how to be more feminine, because you are like a guy. You eat like a caveman. You dress frumpy. How dare you wear flat shoes?
Yes, and not only that, and also, I don't know why this bugged me personally, but she would transform immediately. She was more beautiful as soon as her eyeglasses came off. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Look, she's all that.
Yeah.
Yes. This book had the she's all that effect all over it.
And she is like the sexiest woman. I'm like, let me tell you. I don't know if it's like a personal quirk of mine, but I think people, men or women with eyeglasses, are super sexy.
Yeah.
You're really cute, and I like the nerd chic look. So I was like, immediately I did not like that.
It was out of control. How about how she is when they transform her for the first time?
Yeah. That scene where there was like a practically massive traffic jam.
Yeah, in New York City. She stopped traffic in New York City because she got her hair done, and she got this tight-fitting outfit, and
because nobody in New York has seen seen a good-looking woman ever, apparently.
So this woman's walking down the street, and then she finally gets her life validation because guys are ogling with their mouths hanging open. Guys are honking at her, and they're like, and her friends knew this was gonna happen, so they were filming this whole reaction, and then she would watch it over and over again. I was like, this is awful. Oh. This is the worst book I have ever read. Oh my god.
I still can't believe you didn't know it was a guy. It's so funny. I was like, dude, why are you writing this? It looks like you hate women. And
I was reading this, and I'm like, oh, this is one of the few women
that hate women.
This author is one of the few women that actually like harassed on the street. They love getting catcalled. Okay, you know, they're out there, I guess. And it turns out it's a guy. Let me guess. What is the odds? What are the odds that this guy catcalls the author? Oh my god, they have to be close to 100%. Close to 100%, right? Oh my god.
Oh, no. Oh, speaking of her makeover, I don't know why this guy is obsessed with a couple terms like slutty, and he loved calling the main character, calling herself, oh my god, I was such a big bitch before. Like,
today are like a big no-no. But this book...
Yes. So he describes her new hairdo makeover because it's very sleek and straight as slutty. I'm like, oh, I did not know there was a certain type of slutty hair. Like, what?
and then they're like, she does the makeover, right?
Right.
So then she's like, oh, well then the next day she's like, oh, I'm gonna have to get up at this time to go to the next thing. And then her friends are like, whoa. This is no more of this old ugly you that just gets up in the morning and gets out of bed and goes to along her day. No, you have to wake up hours ahead of time so that you can look beautiful and please all the men that see you in the street because that is your purpose. You have to walk down the street and be beautiful so all the men can adore you and look at you and ogle you. I was like, oh my god, this is out of control.
And okay, there's so many things, I really don't know how to tackle them all, but how about
what a disaster. No, now that you told me that it was a guy who wrote this book, we need to contact this guy.
No, what I don't understand is how the publisher, this is a Harper Impulse is like a romance
publisher.
Yes, it's aimed at women. It's like a romance only publisher, and I'm like, not a single woman must have read this manuscript, or he must own Harper Impulse. This is the only reason this shit got published. Not a single.
Look at the reviews. What kind of reviews?
No, I have not. I can't.
We have to check that out later.
You know what? I did not. I wanted to like a fresh start. That's why when I told you to read this, I'm like, no comments. I'm not gonna tell you how I'm feeling about it.
It's so funny because you haven't been giving me any bad books lately. Like you've been screening the bad ones out.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is going on with this book? And I was like, no, this book must change because Andrea told me to read it. So Izzie told me to read it. So there must be something good in here. It's gonna change, right? So I keep reading and and I'm like,
well, in that manner, the author does not disappoint because it's bad to the very end. Okay, let me tell you. Even in the very last line, I'm like, oh my god, the last line is them at a cruise on their honeymoon and him telling her, well, so they're trying to make it a cute tradition of them wearing her wearing her wedding dress once a year in their anniversary and him his tux, and then he's like, well, but it better fit. And yes, you missed that part. I was like, no, you didn't, because women love to be told you better not gain weight.
Now that we're married, oh my god, no. I'm glad I didn't waste one more second with that piece of garbage. What an awful anti-women book.
It was so bad, I had to finish it. Because usually at like 10% of this book, I would have like, if I had the physical book, because it was an ebook, I would have thrown it in the garbage. And like it's like, to me, it's like the worst of to any book reader to burn any book. But this thing could have gone in the garbage.
Oh my god, so offended. I am so offended by this book. It's awful.
Wait, you're gonna love this. I think you didn't get to that part. But there is a part where they go out to eat and she's always shoveling food in her face. and which is fine. That I don't take it away from her, but this book is not only a romance but a fantasy book, because he says, I like a girl who can clean her plate and still be skinny. So
okay. So you better not eat a salad, because that turns me off, but you better be skinny.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
You might as well say, I like unicorns. Both of them don't exist. So I was like, what? Talk about setting like impossible standards for women.
Because I kept saying, like, he kept saying that they were supermodels, you know, and you usually go along with stuff like that, like our superheroes like to pizza or whatever. But these were like these 4 supermodels, super good looking ladies, and they were eating like sausage pizza or something like that, and that's what they ate all the time, you know, and that they were dainty about it, but that, you know, I was like, this
made no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. And the way she was so stubborn about being called a cupcake, that she wanted to get called a cupcake at the office, because those times, we're over all those times where only women in the news industry were secretaries. There was this whole spiel this guy gives about like why she's like, yes, I want my boss to call me a cupcake. I'll sign a paper. I want my boss to call me a cupcake at the office, and not only my boss, everyone I work with call me a cupcake. Oh, because it's a brass cupcake. So she's like a tough cookie. Yeah, you can call me cookie, you can call me honey, but as long as I'm a tough honey. No, that is not okay.
No, one that really offended me. Wait,
how about the scene that she goes visits her friend at court, because she's the lawyer, and she's having that scene, and then she's like, this was the best judge in the city. A 30-year-old judge, super sexy, that looks like she's in her 20s, but, and that you can tell that under her robe she was wearing a very short skirt. That's what made her the best judge in the city. And I was like, oh my god, this is out of control.
Okay, I don't know if you got to this part, but this really pissed me off. So apparently she's like the only female worker here in the news industry in this book. And, this is a quote. So this is what she says. And I hate to say this about my own kind, but the female species are the worst. Harry says, women will eat their young for a chance at an anchor desk. And it was proven true the last time we had an opening. So, no self-respecting woman would ever write anything like that. Like, put down other women down.
Okay. And you're gonna tell me that all the men in the news industry are just like helping everyone else out in the industry to get
apparently yes,
because that is the world this guy lives in. Only women are just the worst, so that they can get further along in their career.
Okay, so not only are women the worst in this book, but also he considers all his readers idiots. Because he keeps explaining these terms like, oh, and that's a news term. And that's is what. What was it? There's one, and oh my god, I was like, enough with the business terms. Like, we know what the hell it is. Like, there's one where, well, that's closure. That's what we call when we finish a project in the news industry. I'm like,
oh my god.
No shit, no. So, let's see, I don't
know, it was just a disaster. I hated this book so much that I'm so glad I get to tell the world about it in a review.
Yeah, I don't, because, you know, it's a lot of hard work. That's why we're not writers. For me, I have a hard time writing a paragraph. I love and enjoy reading, and I know it's not easy getting your book out there. So we don't usually like to have negative reviews. We just like the books that we love, we like to put them out there so other readers can enjoy. But this was a big fat warning of please stay away from this book. Yeah, so a big fat no to this book. Don't waste your time.
Yes, please do not waste your time with this book.
However, I was really looking forward to shitting all over it.
I started writing the list of the things that I hated about it, and it was just
like I didn't have enough pages in my little notebook.
How about how the guy, the Scott character that was like the perfect guy, he didn't want to have sex with her because
of his religious beliefs. Yeah. Yes, I know where you're going.
Just try to oh my god, I don't
bamboozle him.
Bamboozle him so that he can resist himself, and he will have to, and once he'll have sex with you, then you get what you want. Meaning, whatever he believes in, who gives a shit about it? Yeah. You need to get what you want. You want to have sex with that guy? Then, and he thought that it was okay to do that because it was a guy who was saying that he didn't want to have sex versus a girl.
Yeah.
And then they introduced that couple that said, oh, we used to have that problem. I was very religious and I didn't want to have sex, but he wanted to have sex. And then when I saw that he wasn't interested in me anymore because I wasn't having sex with him, I caved, and now we're so happy. And I'm like, if the guy is not interested in you and that is what you believe in, then that guy is not for you. Good, that's really good. Let him go away and find someone that believes what you believe, and you'll be happily ever after. You don't have to make them break everything they believe or change what they think to be with you. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on in this book? Yeah. When I'm so happy with that guy, she must dump him.
Oh no, you missed the best part. So remember that she's investigating this, helping this guy, that there's something going on with some pensions and he thinks they're stealing money. He ends up being he's the one stealing the money, and he was just trying to date her. It was so stupid. I was like, are you? Oh, terrible.
So he was just dating her to stop that story?
Yeah, kind of, to see what was going on and if they were gonna get caught or not.
So he didn't want to have sex with her?
Oh, because he was because his wife knew about it, and his wife was not okay with him having sex with her.
But he was okay. She was okay with him, making out with her all the time.
Yes, apparently. Apparently that was okay.
Oh my god.
Also, he has something about blue-collar people. He's also not only sexist, but I think classist as well.
Oh yeah, because the way he portrays all the characters are super rich, and they're super rich, but not just successful at their career rich. But Ashley was one of her friends. Her family owned pretty much all of Connecticut.
Something with the
or something like that.
I don't even care what she's called.
and stuff like that, and that. You have to. They were like, oh, he got you a town car to go to the game. Oh, good, because taking the subway, that's beneath you.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
No, and the guy that's supposed to end up being the main interest, Vincent, he supposedly drives a taxi cab, and she kept mentioning, oh, he drives a taxi cab.
Oh, that wasn't good enough.
Well, they never say it, but at the end when she goes and she finally oh yes, I'm falling in love with him, and goes and visited at where he works,
he's
the owner.
I saw that coming from a
yes, exactly.
I'm like, oh yeah, this guy is
it's okay now.
Hello.
He is totally dateable. It's being a taxi cab driver is not good enough. And no, and it goes even further. So not only is it not good enough to own your own business or have a job in general, but he's from Harvard. He went to Harvard.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's the whole perfect package. I'm like, what do you have against hardworking people?
Yeah. Not only that, this woman, the main character, had a terrible personality. It was so awful. I remember there's this one scene where she's talking with her photographer.
Yeah.
And she gets angry at him because he said the wrong thing, and she's pushing him around, and how dare you, and giving this tantrum, and I was like, am I supposed to be on her side? What's going on? This is you're acting like a spoiled baby. You're a terrible person. Oh my god, this book was awful. Don't read this. Stay away.
Okay, next we will be reviewing One Glory Con. This is a palette cleanser.
Oh, good.
Yes, it's a really short read, but I loved it. I'm sure you're gonna love it, and so we'll do a really nice quick review about it. And yeah, I think you'll like this. This is about a cool geeky girl that's into comics, but really into it. So and collecting figures, stuff that normal people think that's pretty nerdy, but this is the kind of stuff that I like.
Anyway, So please tell us what you thought about this book if you had the chance to read this interesting piece of work. And email us at books@dapperanimals.com and visit us at dapperanimals.com.
See ya!